Angry Karens reacting to life sentences. It's a long day for these Karens, and I'm here for it.
You're welcome to the Chula Vista Superior Court, where Judge Patricia Garcia presides over Darla Jackson's trial, a 25-year-old woman who chased down and ran over a U.S. sailor in a road rage incident. He sustained severe injuries and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Darla Jackson was charged in court with the first-degree murder of 39-year-old Navy Chief Petty Officer Zach Buob. Darla Jackson was seen in court with her head bowed and in tears as she was arraigned. She continued to shake and cry as the proceedings continued. Darla said that she deeply regretted everything that had happened and that it ended badly for everyone involved. The mother of one was riding a Nissan Altima when she was involved in an altercation with Zach Buob, who was on a motorcycle. After making hand gestures at her and kicking the side of her car, Darla began to chase him down and eventually hit him from behind at top speed. She said she never meant to harm him and only wanted to get his plate number details, but some eyewitnesses believed that it was interesting. However, her defense attorney, Stephen Klein, begged to differ. He said,
"She's very sorry. She's very scared. She's very upset. She's very traumatized."
At the accident scene, several cars stopped along the freeway to assess the damage caused and assist the victim, even as first responders attended to Zach in an attempt to save his life. Eyewitnesses confirmed that Darla had been chasing down the victim, who was riding ahead on a...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Why are you chasing down the victim when you know he's on a motorbike? Like, any certain lick can, you know, fumble the bike. Lack of a better word. Why would you do that? She was in that rage? Nah, man. She knew what she was doing.
Motorcycle before the fatal crash occurred. This video clip from a passenger's cell phone taken minutes before the crash confirmed the eyewitness accounts. Darla was in hot pursuit of the motorcycle before...
Yeah, you've been caught 4K. Well, standard definition. What is it? 360p? No, 420 or... I don't even know. But yeah, standard. You've been caught in standard def.
Before crashing into it from behind.
How would you describe the behavior of the Ultima in your perception?
Pretty aggressive.
And was that from the beginning to the end or just at certain points?
Yeah, from the beginning to the end.
A witness at the scene of the incident was questioned and gave his testimony in court. This is what he had to say.
Somebody came over and was holding his head. Somebody was holding a wound on his leg. And then they said he stopped breathing. So somebody started CPR. I guess I would call it a little hysterical. She was saying, "I didn't mean to do this." And I was...
She guaranteed. Guaranteed it was premedicated, man. She knew what she was doing, man. Obviously, I'm going from what I'm seeing, but she looked like she knew what she was doing, man. Why would you do that? Come on, he's on a bike. Such a shame. So the guy died. Did the guy die?
Just trying to get his information.
Meanwhile, a throng of motorcycle riders were present outside the courtroom
I didn't hear
as they protested the incident and called for justice to be served for Zach Buob. The family of Zach...
Yeah, obviously, duh. What am I on about? First degree murder. Of course he freaking died. Am I a donut? It's not even funny. It's not funny. R.I.P., man. R.I.P.
Buob also spoke passionately about their lost loved one and asked that the court mete out the maximum sentence for the crime. After the sentencing, Zach's father later commented that he did not believe justice had been served. As the judge read out the sentence of 6 years, Darla Jackson erupted in tears.
If you haven't...
Only 6 years? She only got 6 years? What?
She sobbed loudly, shaking and bending over as the sentence was read. The judge said there wasn't enough evidence to prove that she had run Zach over deliberately, but believed that she still deserved to spend some time in prison for her actions. She was sentenced to 6 years in a women's correctional facility.
6 years. I get the court investigation, have to find the whole evidence and everything, but from that video it seemed like she was on it, and they had a witness. I don't know, man. R.I.P. Zach still.
You're welcome to the Arapahoe County Court, where District Attorney George
Arapahoe. What a name.
Brauchler presides over Isabella Guzman's trial, the 18-year-old teenager who went viral on TikTok for killing her mother. Isabella Guzman...
That spun me, you know. I was expecting that. Whoa.
Guzman was charged in court with the first-degree murder of her mother, 47-year-old Yun Mihoy. Isabella Guzman's court videos sent chills down the spines of many, as she often looked directly into the camera, making weird gesticulations and smiling occasionally.
She don't care. She don't care.
Yet she surprisingly gained popularity on TikTok, with myriads of people following her account and claiming that she must have committed the crime because of something terrible that was done to her. Her story, trailing from childhood, however, does not justify her viciously stabbing her mother, leaving over 70 stab wounds. Investigators
70 stab wounds. 70. Going by what they were saying about what could have happened to her in her childhood. I've heard stories of, like, you know, what people have gone through and that, and they kill, you know, like their boyfriend or like the person that they were captive, and they still went to prison even though it was self-defense. Not to say this was the case. Soon find out.
Investigators continued to look into the matter, questioning her intensively, but reportedly getting exasperated by her elusive behavior. She continued to deny that she was the one who had committed the crime or that she killed her mother.
Can't be happening to me right now. This can't be happening. I'm scared.
It is.
I never killed anybody.
You killed your mom last night.
No, I did not.
In court, she put forward a plea of insanity, represented by her attorneys, claiming that she thought she was killing some other woman and saving the world.
You claimed that you were killing some other woman and you were saving the world. So either way, you it's not funny. My mind is, yeah, she just confessed to killing someone, but she's not confessing in killing her mum. Saving the world. Yeah, she crazy, man.
Isabella said she had no idea that the woman she had stabbed several times was, in fact, her own mother. Of course,
what was it, in the dark or something? Need more context. I'm sorry I keep like pausing it and that, but obviously I'm making a video. Obviously I'm making a video still, but this is just, I mean, I'm here for it, innit?
This claim came off as preposterous to many, especially Ryan Hoy, who was married to Yunmi Hoy at the time of the incident. He said that there had been several instances in which Isabella threatened her mother, and that they often had altercations and arguments. Just a day before the incident, she had written a note to her mom saying, "You will pay." Ryan recalled the events of that night in an interview. He described the events preceding that night and also how that night played out.
She came down to the basement last night and said that she was afraid of Isabella. She said that Isabella...
You know what the mad thing is, yeah? My girlfriend is called Isabella. Hey, Izzy! Izzy! Come here! Hey, beautiful.
You found her.
Maybe. No, wait. There's a reason why I'm calling you. I'm reacting to angry Karens reacting to life sentences. And the reason why I called you is because there's a woman on here claiming that she didn't kill her mum. She stabbed her, 70 times, sorry. And her name is, have a guess. Isabella.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. So, it's a long day for me if I, piss you off, innit?
You already know that, then.
Okay. As the judge read out Isabella's sentencing, she continued to look around strangely before staring into the camera and pointing towards her eyes. District Attorney George Brauchler said, "We punish people who make decisions to do wrong when they knew better, and they could have done something differently." And
facts.
In this particular case, I am convinced, based on the evidence that I've seen and the information that's been presented in court, that this woman did not know right from wrong, and she could not have acted differently than she did, given the significant schizophrenia and paranoid delusions, audible visual hallucinations that she was going through. I was convinced of it, and I felt like in the interest of justice, I had to take these steps. She was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Bumbleclaw. So she's still on these streets, still on the road, she's still on the pavement.
You're welcome to the Nassau County Court, where Judge James Daniel presides over the trial of Kimberly Kessler, a 50-year-old woman who killed her co-worker and made the body disappear forever. Kimberly Kessler was charged in court.
Made the body disappear for... Ugh, yo, that flipping face. Made the body disappear forever. What does she do?
With the first-degree murder of 34-year-old Jolene Cummings, mother of three. Jolene Cummings was reported missing in May 2018, and police began a futile search for her before realizing that she'd been killed by her co-worker, a dangerous woman who had been on the run for 2.5 decades. Jolene was supposed to pick up her children from her...
Wait. 2.5 decades. 2.5 decades. How? How has she been on the run for 25 years? What? She's been evading 5 stars for 25 years. I'm flabbergasted. I'm bamboozled. And I'm low-key petrified. I wonder how many people out there have been like, I'm probably living by people that are on the run. That's how mad it is.
Her ex-husband, but never showed up, arousing suspicions as to her whereabouts. When the police contacted Kimberly, since they believed she was the last person to see Jolene, she gave excuses not to show up and refused to go to work. In court, Kimberly portrayed typical Karen behavior.
Them Crocs, man. Them Crocs. You wear Crocs, especially these Crocs. Nah, man. Just no.
Behavior, throwing tantrums and yelling during court proceedings.
I know they're not police Crocs. I know they're like gel type Crocs, cool. But I mean, in like, you know, no. Just in general, no. Never see man wearing Crocs. I don't business. I'm never gonna switch up for anybody. If you gave me money to wear Crocs, no way. Hell no. Not if you were Nike Crocs or Adidas Crocs. Hell no. Never, ever, 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 never. All right.
Completely uninterested and uncooperative, and had to be confined to a separate room at some point as she watched the trial via a video link. In a malicious attempt to be exempted from the trial, Kimberly Kessler embarked on a self-starvation spree, losing tremendous weight. She appeared in the courtroom looking extremely emaciated and had to be wheeled in with a wheelchair. Reports indicated that she dripped from 196 pounds to only 74 pounds. The judge, however, overlooked her tantrums and ruled that she was mentally competent for trial. The tantrums continued.
I want to get rid of the public defender's office. Yeah, exactly. Jordan Beard is Johnson's nephew. Jordan Beard is Jolie's cousin. Jordan Beard is Jolie's cousin. And I refuse this assigned counsel. I refuse the public defender's office. I refuse it. I have refused it. I refuse the public defender's office. They appointed Jordan Beard, Jolene Fleming's cousin.
See, imagine being in that courtroom and hearing what's going on right now. Being in there, hearing this. Being the jury is a mad thing, and one day I probably would have to do with that. I would hate it, but you got no choice to do it. Hearing NPCs bicker is a matters.
When she refused to be quiet and allow court proceedings to go on smoothly, she was instructed to be wheeled out of the courtroom. As she was being taken out, she continued to speak at the top of her voice.
Sure, I can stay up here and I'm going to say what I want, when I want, how I want, which you silenced me for years. You silenced me for years. So let everyone know this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Her accusations were looked into, but found to be untrue and baseless. It appeared that she just wanted to be able to represent herself in court.
Well, we went through and I said, well, what's your basis? And she said the same thing.
From the track record of people like just, doing their own thing in court without no lawyer to stand by them is a long day for you. You have to be really good to stand by yourself in court without no lawyer, without no one like defending you. See, I've never been in that situation, but I know kind of from like hearing cross examinations, which I do like watching. I want to watch more.
I guess the deputy or director Johnson, which is just factually not true. So it was denied at that time.
The police officers also had much to say about her conduct in the prison, stating that she would violently refuse to eat, undress herself, smear feces on the walls, and even hurl it at prison officials.
Yeah, she crazy. Man said she throws her feces at the walls and gets naked and that's some next level cray. What happened to her in her life? You know them ones, yeah, when you see these evil people. I like to think sometimes, like, how did they get into that predicament in the first place? Like, were they like that from birth? I wonder what happened to them when they were younger, innit? Really, I do think about this sometimes, yeah. Like, people that go through, like, their issues and stuff. And where did it come from? Did it come from were they already born like this, though they already had screws loose? Or something happened in their childhood up to their adulthood, and that's why they are like how they are, you know what I mean? I do think about that sometimes when you see these evil people, because there's a reason for everything. There's always a reason for everything. Not that it's justifiable. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's justifiable just because, oh, this happened to her, this happened to him, But there's always a reason why people get mad, like going with feces at a wall. Or she's just cray cray. Who knows? But hey, that's my 2 cents.
She is completely undressed and has feces smeared on the window.
Court hearings proceeded without Kimberly physically present in the courtroom. Her desperate attempts to hamper the rule of law were unsuccessful. Evidence was presented proving that she did indeed kill her co-worker, Jolene. Her search history showed that she had searched for co-worker guilty of murder, missing person, body not found before the incident, and Jolene Cummings, no body, no crime. The sentence was given by Judge James H. Daniel.
Court will adjudicate Kimberly Kessler, defendant, also known as Jennifer Marie Cyrus, guilty, sentence her to life in prison without any possibility of release or parole.
She was sentenced to life in jail without the possibility of parole.
I mean, that's the best sentence. Like, I got nothing to say about that. But like I said, why was she like that? Why, what happened to her in her life? Again, not justifiable. No, but I do think about them things sometimes. Like, why are they like this? Like, there's gotta be a reason. Again. It's people probably triggered. It's not justifiable. It's just one of them things. I like to think about these things, you know what I'm saying? More of an understanding.
You're welcome to the Vista Superior Court, where Diana Lovejoy is standing trial for conspiring to kill her estranged husband, Greg Mulvihill. Judge Sim Von Kalinowski presides over the case. 45-year-old Diana Lovejoy was charged in court with conspiracy to commit murder. In court, Diana Lovejoy showed no emotions even as her ex-husband testified of the harrowing events that occurred when he was lured into a death trap by his wife and an accomplice, her gun instructor. Before the crime, Diana had reported to Child Protective Services that her husband had sexually assaulted her and that she suspected he was assaulting their 3-year-old son. This was brought up in court, but evidence showed that the case was considered false.
He had to go through numerous psychological evaluations. He had to see psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists. The unanimous conclusion was that this was made up, that he had not molested his little boy.
Why do people do that? You're dealing with people's lives and people just... Oh, man. I don't understand why people just... like, make up shit. Why do people make up shit and they think it's okay?
Truth was that Diana just wanted to be the one who walked away from the divorce with everything. She didn't want to pay Greg, her ex-husband, his $120,000 share of a house they jointly owned, and also didn't want to share custody of their only child. So she decided that taking him out was the best option. However, she continued to deny this with her accomplice, McDavid Jr., also stating that if he actually wanted to kill Greg, he'd be dead.
I fired 6 shots in the air, and once they started running, I ceased fire.
Marines are taught if they wanted to kill someone, 2 to the center, mass, 1 to the head.
He was with a friend who promptly called for emergency rescue. In no time, he was being examined by doctors who realized that the bullet had only barely missed his heart. Just a little closer, and Greg Mulvihill would have been dead. The police patrol remained on the scene, fearing that there was a random shooter on the prowl for more victims, until they caught wind of what the real situation was. It was discovered that Diana had paid $1,000 to McDavid to shoot her husband. He lured him into the...
See, I need to be careful of my missus because she could be on a mad thing. Like, I could literally... she could be after my money, yeah. She could, like, get a hitman or something. She could mash me up anytime, any moment, yeah. Any flipping moment. You gotta watch out for these women, yeah.
area, saying that he had some information.
It's not even funny. It's not even funny. But, boy... this is how I just deal with shit, innit? But there is some mad people out in this world.
that could be useful in helping him resolve the conflicts in his divorce case and get all that he was entitled to. But by the time Greg arrived, McDavid was somewhere in the bushes with his gun mounted and ready to take the shot. When Greg and his friend spotted him, it was already too late. Shots had been fired, and Greg Mulvihill was badly hit. As they placed a call to 911, Greg lost consciousness.
And we ran the other direction, away from the gunfire.
Lying in the sniper position, shoots 6 to 7 more rounds.
As the judge read out the sentence of 26 years, Diana Lovejoy looked to her attorney in shock and then proceeded to collapse in her chair as her family members began to scream for her to be helped. The courtroom was immediately vacated. An emergency
It's not fake. So fake, isn't it?
Responders examined Diana before she was wheeled out on a stretcher to be taken to the hospital.
We, the jury, in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Diana Jean Lovejoy, guilty of the crime of attempted murder of Greg. We further find true the allegation that Diana Jean Lovejoy was vicariously armed with a firearm.
Diana Lovejoy will be spending the next 26 years in jail. You're welcome to the Douglas County Court, where Judge Robert J. James presides over the trial of Sahara Tabriz Fakir, a 32-year-old woman who stormed into the home of a 66-year-old businessman, husband, father, and grandfather, fatally attacking him.
Yeah, whoever has them type of braids, yeah, she crazy.
Sahara Tabriz Fakir was charged in court with the first-degree murder of 66-year-old Jerry Wheeler. Sahara was tracked down and apprehended about a month after she committed the dastardly crime. Shortly after, she was in court for her first appearance to be briefed about her rights and for the charges against her to be read.
Yo, them nails, you know. Never trust a person with them type of nails.
And it started on a very bizarre note. Talk about top-of-the-charts Karen behavior.
He's charged with the murder of Jerry Franklin Wheeler. You understand that?
In the Masonic courthouse, I understand that. I understand that this courthouse is a cursed courthouse. Yes, I understand.
Okay.
And if you are judging me, you're not God-fearing, Allah will have to judge for you. And everyone else is not God-fearing. I understand that.
Everyone in the courthouse was beyond stunned as she continued to utter strange things in response to the questions asked by the judge. The judge, however, remained calm and unfazed as he continued to answer her questions.
Yeah, these judges are like, you have to be a type of person to deal with this. You have to be literally a type of person to deal with them type of people, you know. There's no way I could do that. Fair play to them. Even being in there, like I said, being a jury or, you know, security. Look at that woman in the back, the security woman. Like, she's just on her, just like, I'm watching you do something. Go on. Go on then, nigga. But it's, I would hate to be a lawyer representing her. But you gotta do your job. It is what it is, isn't it?
Told that she could apply to the office of the public defender for a lawyer, she shunned the advice and demanded to be released.
You cannot employ a lawyer, then you can apply to the public defender's office for an appointment of one at no cost to you.
What I said.
I'm just trying to inform you of your rights.
Now, I better be released from that Masonic courthouse.
She continued to refer to the courthouse as evil and referred to other people as disbelieving, saying that some form of punishment and revenge would be meted out to them. She even referred to Allah as her lawyer and said he would defend her by speaking through her.
Do you have a lawyer?
Allah is my lawyer right now. He's speaking to me.
Are you going to get a lawyer?
Allah is my lawyer right now. And if you do not release me, Allah will have his vengeance on you.
Bomba Club. Crazy. She's really using Allah and really using them braids. them like if I ever see a person with them braids are cool, don't get me wrong, but it's just like that, what, somewhat half braids and afro. If I see that unfinished like that, I'm gonna call you out to be crazy automatically. It's not happening. It can't run. It can't run.
like he did in 2009 when he sent that flood.
It is suspected that she was referring to an incident in 2009 where she had an altercation with her probation officer and threatened to slit the throat of her probation officer, threatened to kill a deputy, and destroyed prison property. But the judge continues.
Grand jury will meet and it will determine whether or not to proceed with this case. Do you understand that?
If they disbelieve, they better not proceed.
The judge also informed her that
Yeah,
she would not be...
what is this on my screen right now? What happens to dirty cops in prison? That might be a video. Crazy courtroom moments of all time. Yeah, these two might be two videos. Yeah.
Getting a bond. This she repeatedly asked why, giving a defiant attitude. Sahara Tabriz Fakir was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole in a women's correctional facility.
As it should, as it should. Madness, madness. Wow, man. Moral of the story: stay in school, go to college, find a hobby, do something good in your life. You know what I'm saying? Hope you're good. Subscribe. Don't say it much. Subscribe. Take care. See you in the next video. Bless. Oh yeah, like the video. Love.